What's going on, you goats? Coyöte here. In this video, I'm going to explain how you can get some results like the example shown on your screen for your COD and your PubgM mobile events. This spreadsheet was designed to be used from your phone. The link is featured in the About section right below. As soon as I can figure out how to edit videos together, we'll hop right into that explanation. But anyway, when we made this sheet, we got Google Sheets. This is the platform we wanted to make it on because it is free and you can access it from phones and your browser, and you don't have to pay a subscription for it like you do with Excel. So that's why we wanted this app. The only problem with this was adding pretty pictures to the back, because you can't actually do background images on Google Sheets, at least not from a phone. Maybe you can from a computer. I don't know. I haven't messed with it on a computer, to be honest. But you can add images with their opacity taken down over top of it, or you can do what I'm going to show you in this video and add an image of the results on top of a result image you have pre-made, customized for you. So let's get into that, y'all. First off, we're going to go to the sheet. When you first open this sheet, you're going to open on this page. As far as this sheet is concerned, green means go, red means no, orange means proceed with caution. We'll get into that a little more. Sorry. This is just how I am. If you've been in a voice chat with me, you understand. There's no need for apologies here. So anyway, in the green column, you put in your score system, you put in your what points per placement, and you put in your points per kill. Click this check mark after. The reason I say this is because if you don't save after updating the score sheet before you put in your information, and you don't click that save button before you save the results at the end, it might not update all of the information. So you might just have to go back and redo it again after you've clicked out of the app, and it's a pain. So don't do that. Don't be like me. Here we are. Green means go, red means no. You can copy paste your lineup into these cells, highlight them all, click it once more, paste. Now it's easier if you don't have the numbers listed on the list as well. Just throwing that out there. We don't touch the red columns. We do, however, put the position and the amount of kills they get for each game. And then once we're done with that, we see this DQ points section. Now this is something that's kind of a quirk. If you are talented with spreadsheets, feel free to adjust this on your own copy. But I only made it for disqualification points, so we're going to use AE over here. Let's say they need 10 points taken away because they were naughty and someone used a tank. So we just put 10 here because this column deducts that amount of points from the total, as you can see. So let's say your event gives bonus points for things. Say they didn't lose any points, they actually got 5 extra points because they got first blood. So here, just put -5. And it will add. I know, but I'm not going to go update it. It's easy enough for me. Red tabs. We don't touch these, but I will talk about them just briefly because I know y'all are curious and going to touch them anyway. But you might need to make a new copy if you accidentally change anything. So there's that. This tab is to break ties based on kills. So someone who has a higher amount of kills but the same score as a team with a lower amount of kills will still appear in the slot above them on the spreadsheet, on the results. This page, also, we don't touch this. This page makes this page at the end that we can kind of touch possible. It's a beautiful thing here, folks. So the easiest thing to do is to have a solid background color and one text color, preferably black and white, inverted any which way, you know what I mean. Now option 1, which I don't do because I like really crispy clean images, or at least as much as I can get from my phone because Discord docks image quality so much when you upload from phones to start, is option 1, resize this page to where you can screenshot it in one go and then just crop the edges. But if you're like me and you like really crispy edges, you'll follow the next step. But first I want to cover a couple things that you can do on this page. If you don't want individual placement and kill points, instead of deleting any of the coding in case you ever want to bring it back, just tap the cell and hide the column. Pro tip. You can also change the font colors, highlight them. There's font options up here. There's font options down here on the bottom. You can be flexible with that, but you see how I clicked on it and you don't actually see it saying clowns. You see all of this code stuff? You just instantly want to back out of that. Do not touch that text box. Danger alert. And another thing I would like to mention before we proceed is when you come to this sheet, you're going to click these top 3 dots, share and export, and make a copy. That's the copy you are going to want to format your results page to whatever preference you're going to use. Like if you want to just organize this in a way and add images on top of or around the text for your results, that's an option too, and you can totally do that. But once that is done, I recommend not actually putting information and doing scores on that sheet. I would recommend making a copy of that so you have your results spreadsheet formatted the way you need it with the proper coding at all times. So if you're filling in results on this page one day and you accidentally click in here and screw up this code, you can just copy paste only from the parts that you're allowed to touch into your new sheet, or rather a copy of your original sheet, and still have accurate results. Or you can copy paste the code from that original sheet into the corresponding cell to fix the coding. It's just going to be the easiest way to where if you're not using the formatting that I have already presented and you're using any sort of custom formatting, you'll always have a copy of that works in case you accidentally break the sheet. It's very easy to accidentally break this sheet because if you click on any cell with coding and you click in there, you could accidentally backspace something or add something. If you click in that text box and click any other cell, it's adding coding information and that doesn't make sense and it breaks everything. So now to proceed on how I get the image for the results for nice crispy letters. I go here, share and export, and I go to print. But we ain't printing. So what we do here is we're going to save it as a PDF file. We are going to go to the bottom right corner of each page of the spreadsheet and uncheck them, except for the final screenshot only result page. That one gets to keep a check mark. And we're going to save that. Alright, next step. We are going to open our web browser. We're going to go to pdf2jpg.net. It's just a free website. I use it. I've never accepted the cookies. Still works for me. If you like cookies, feel free to. I don't think it could hurt very much. So I always go to the excellent quality because, again, crispy. It's important. And I always go to my recent files to find my PDF files because I am tech illiterate and I cannot find them otherwise. We can talk about that another time if you want. We can pick on my boomerism together. It's funny. I usually tell people to teach me things like I'm 80. It's a very accurate request. So when you download, sometimes an ad pops up, sometimes it doesn't. If you don't see your image file download popping up, exit the ad and it'll finish. Like, that's all. It doesn't actually exit the ad. I don't know. It doesn't need to make that much sense. Okay, so once we're done here, we are going to Pics Art, which we pre-downloaded, right? Right? Y'all paused and did that? I didn't really ask, but if you did, you get a gold star. That's not the app. That's a screenshot of the app. I just lost my gold star. Here we are on the app with a pre-made image. If it looks familiar, it's because I've made somebody a result page very similar. This is just an example. It's not going to be used for anyone's results except theirs, but it's a good example. So you don't need to add lines. Like you don't need to have a specific grid. You don't need to have a specific image. You can do whatever you want. Depending on the lighting, you could use your selfie. And if that's how you choose to be feeling yourself, I'm here for it, homie. I'm so here for it. But what we're going to do is you see these bottom options, how I'm scrolling back and forth? You scroll over until you see add photo. Now I am going to pause. And now that I've selected my image without you heathens seeing the rest of my gallery, I'm going to crop it because these white edges are going to confuse the blend mode that we're going to use. We don't want that. And then we are going to go over to blend and screen. It's going to remove the black background, and then you're just going to size it to your image. Make your adjustments, make it look pretty. And then you save it. And those are your results. And you are done. And that is literally all you need to do. Now, if you want a list of like apps that I use to make results pages, DM me on Discord. If you want me to make you one, DM me on Discord. But like, I can't wait to see how creative y'all get with it. I would appreciate if you're going to be using this spreadsheet for your event and your results, if you could share this